So a lot of talk these days about Jon Bon Jovi. And for those who have attended the Bon Jovi tour so far in 22, the bulk of the discussion is centered on Jon's vocals. And I've seen more than a few videos, and some of them are actually pretty decent, where they isolate Jon Bon Jovi's vocals throughout segments of the concert, and you can hear how he's actually struggling to perform. And if you take a look at some of the video clips as well of these tours in the various cities throughout America, you can tell just looking at Jon Bon Jovi that he's not feeling as good as he could. He's not having as much fun as he could be because he's fighting to get the performance he wants from his vocals. So instead of piling on like a lot of the commenters are on YouTube and other platforms, what I'd like to do is offer an alternative to what Jon is doing right now, something that I think will work a lot better. Now, as we age, our bodies change, and that includes our vocal cords. That's just a fact of life. As you get older, things change, and oftentimes you cannot do the things you used to could do when you were a young person. That's why most athletes retire at or before the age of 40. As you get older, your body changes. And the same is true with your voice. Now, as I've been watching these performances on YouTube of the Bon Jovi tour, I'm seeing that what the band is trying to do is essentially recapture what they had in the late 80s. So instead of trying to recreate what the band had in the 80s or 90s, I suggest this. Once this tour is finished, I would suggest that Jon sit down and write an album of acoustic songs. And not be in a hurry with it, but to really take his time and to sit down and write out 7, 8, 10, 12 acoustic songs. Something that he can sing and deliver with a lot of ease. Something he's not going to strain himself with a delivery. And when he's ready, I'd recommend surrounding himself with people he really likes and he's really comfortable with and going on an acoustic tour. When someone is delivering an acoustic performance, almost always they're not straining their voice as much as when they're singing in a rock and roll show. It's just human nature. You don't have to do as much to lift your vocals over the music in an acoustic set. So number one, it's something that's going to be very attainable for Jon right now. Number two, it's really going to fit in with his more raspy style of vocals. It's true that Jon's voice isn't what it used to be, but it's still pretty cool. And if you add that kind of raspy delivery to an acoustic song, it just sounds nice. It balances itself out wonderfully because the voice is almost like a distortion pedal onto itself. Third, there is a great deal of music in the Bon Jovi catalog that translates so well to acoustic. I mean, Wanted Dead or Alive could be performed at any country bar in America and it would get a standing ovation. It's a perfect acoustic song. So I think the way forward for Jon Bon Jovi, if he chooses to do this, if he wants to continue to perform, is not to try and force the issue and pretend like it's 1987. Instead, accept the way that your body has changed, accept the fact that you are now an elder of the tribe, and adapt your performance and your catalog to meet that reality. So Jon, if you're out there, that's my 2 cents. I think you're wonderful. You're an excellent performer, one of the greatest American musicians of all time. There is nothing to be ashamed of. But I would suggest this: roll with the punches, change with the times, move in a direction that's going to complement your voice as it is today. And I think you're going to see another decade or so of continued success, if you want it. This is Kevin Newsom in Texas saying God bless each and every one of you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.